Hi everyone, today I will be presenting my coursework which is MTES3202 Mathematical Reasoning Task 3 about the project report. First, I will be explaining Poyar problem solving process. Poyar's method has 4 main steps. The first one is understand the problem, second is devise a plan, the third one is carry out the plan, and the last one is look back. The first step is to understand the problem. This means taking the time to clearly define what the problem is asking. You should identify the known information, which is what is given and what needs to be found. If possible, try to visualize the problem by drawing a figure or diagram. This will help you to see the relationship and details more clearly before jumping into solving. Once you understand the problem, the next step is to devise a plan. Here you decide on a general method or strategy to approach the problem. You can identify the pattern, formulas, or principle that might help you. Then you should list out the specific action you will take to reach the solution, and this will offer more than one way to solve a problem, so you should think creatively. And third one is carry out the plan. You should follow the step you outline carefully and show your work methodically. This step requires focus on accuracy. If you plan well, this part becomes much easier. If something doesn't work, you can always revisit and adjust your plan. Finally is after the solving problem, always look back. This means verifying your answer to ensure it's correct, reviewing your process, and assessing whether your solutions make sense. This reflection step helps you learn from the experience and improve your problem-solving skill for future tasks. This is our non-routine problem. The question is, the 3 members of a rabbit family ate a total of 66 carrots. The father ate 5 more than twice the number of carrots that the mother ate, and the son ate 3 fewer than 1/3 of number of carrots the father ate. How many carrots did each family member eat? Next, I will show how to use the elimination method and tabular representation to solve these questions. So first, we also need to understand the questions, which is in this question we have known and unknown, and what is the relationship between the rabbits. And the second is we need to devise a plan. So we also rearrange each equation into the standard form, and in this table we can see that the 3 equation is listed out and is simplified in the standard linear form. So next, we need to eliminate the equations and solve by the back substitutions. So the first step is we need to write the equations, list out the 3 equations, and the second step is to eliminate f by subtracting the equation, which is 1, the first equation, minus the second equations. So we will see the workings and finally get the result 3m plus s equal to 61. This equation becomes the fourth equation, and the third step is eliminate by subtracting the equations. Equation 1 minus equation 3. So we will see the result, which is m plus 4s equal to 57. So this equation will also become a fifth equation. Next, we need to reduce the equation to 2 times 2 is system. So we can see that the fourth equation and fifth equation is listed out, which is 3m plus s equal to 61 and m plus 4s equal to 57. The fifth step is we need to eliminate the m by multiple the equations 5 by 3. So the equation 5 will become 3m plus 12s equal to 171. So this equation also become the sixth equations. So for the next step, we need to subtract the equation 4 by the equation 6. So after working, we can get the answer of s, which is s equal to 10. After we get the answer of s equal to 10, we use the back substitution to find the m. We substitute s equal to 10 into the equation m plus 4s equal to 55, you'll get the answer m equal to 17. And we also use the back substitution to find the f, which is substitute m equal to 17. Substitute into the equation f equal to 2m plus 5, we will get the answer f equal to 39. So the final answer will be f equal to 39, m equal to 17, and s equal to 10. After we solve the questions, we need to check the condition which is correct or not. So we substitute the answer we find into the equations at the first, which is 30. The first equation is s plus f plus m equal to 66. We substitute the answer we find into the equation, we will get the same number and the further relations. We also substitute the answer we find m equal to 17 into the equations, and we will get the same answer, which is 39. And for the sign relation, we also substitute the answer we get, which is f equal to 39 into the equation. We also get the same number, which is s equal to 10. So all the conditions are satisfied, and we can confirm that our solution is correct. Now let's move on to the justification for the method and representation that are used in solving the problem. On the left-hand side, we have the method used, which is the elimination method. This method is efficient for solving linear systems because it provides a clear step-by-step process to reduce the equation systematically. It helps to simplify the complex system in an organized way. Another reason I chose this method because it minimizes the errors. By focusing on elimination, we can simplify the system without adding unnecessary complexity, which means our results are more reliable and accurate. And the last one is support the mathematical reasoning also. Each elimination step is grounded in valid algebraic operations, so it strengthens logical thinking and ensure that every manipulation we make is mathematically sound. So next, move on the right hand side, we have the representations used, which is the tabular form. So in this representation, transform words into structure. It helps to extract the relevant information from a word problem and organize it logically. By arranging data into a table, we can see pattern and relationship between the variables much more clearly. So it also supports clear thinking by showing how different quantities are connected, which help us in reasoning and problem solving. The tabular form also allows for better retention and clarity. The visual structure makes it clearly easier to remember and recall information. It also reduces the cognitive load for the reader, meaning we can process information for more efficiency. Next, let's take a look at the diagram that shows the solutions. In this table, it helps us to clearly show how each expression relates to the others, and how the equation will form, and how the total confirm the correctness of our solutions. So it is a structured and visual way to represent the problem and making the reasoning process easier to follow and understand. Next, I am presenting an analysis and interpretation of carrot consumption within a rabbit family. This data explore how the total number of carrots is divided among the father, mother, and son, and what that distribution tells us about their relationship and dependency. So in the interpretations of data patterns, we can see that the father portion is the largest. He consumed 39 carrots, which is represent about 59% of the total. And next, the mother ate the 17 carrots, making up around 26%. Finally, the son consumed 10 carrots, which account for roughly 15% of the total. So from this, we can see a clear pattern, which is the father portion is larger than the mother portion, and the mother portion is larger than the son portion in terms of carrot consumptions. So if we look at the pie chart on the right hand side, we can see the distribution clearly. The blue section for the father takes up over half of the chart. The green portion for the mother is about a quarter, and the red section for the son is the smallest. This visual representation reinforces the pattern of proportional consumption within the family. So as a summary, the analysis shows that the father consumed the most carrot, followed by the mother and then the son. This trend highlights both hierarchical relationship and functional dependency among the family members. Overall, this data doesn't just show the numbers, it also reflects the balance and dynamic within the rabbit family. To conclude, this project applied the Poya four-step problem-solving method together with the elimination technique to solve a non-routine mathematical problem and a rabbit family carrots consumption. Through the process, we discovered that the father ate 39 carrots, the mother ate 17, and the son ate 10, and giving a total of 66 carrots, which is perfectly satisfied all the conditions in the problem. By using the tabular and elimination method, we are able to organize data clearly and support the accurate calculations. Every, every step was carefully verified to ensure that the results were both logical and consistent. This structured approach emphasized the importance of reasoning, organizations, and reflection in mathematical problem solving. At the same time, it also encouraged the development of key skills such as critical thinking, creativity, teamwork, and effective communications, all of which are essential in learning mathematical meaningfully. So overall, this project demonstrated how mathematical reasoning can combine the logical structure with real-world applications to produce clear and reliable conclusions. It showed that problem solving is not just about the numbers, it's about the thinking systematically, reasoning accurately, and communicating effectively.